Hello everyone and welcome back to Clear Creek Solutions software educational videos. Today we're continuing our ArcMap ArcGIS series. We've been going over how to add in some basic layers, labeling the layers. We're talking about shapefiles. Today I just want to do a basic overview of what the toolbars are, how to maybe show some additional toolbars, and what your options are when it comes to toolbars in ArcMap. So I have a sample project pulled up here. We're not going to be talking about the layers today. We're actually going to be talking about some of the menus we have up here. So you do have sort of this initial menu at the top where you have file. This is where you can save your project, open your project, open a new project, for example, save a copy of the project, right? All the standard tools that come in any software is going to be in the file explorer, including some of your more recent projects if you want to open those up. There you can edit some of the text in your project. View, this would be the data view. So I'm currently in the data view. If I went to layout view, it would look like this, like it's on a plan sheet or something like that. But for most modeling purposes, I want to look at data view. We can also view some graphs and reports here if you want to see that. We can refresh the drawing if we've made some changes or make any pauses to any operations we have going on. We also create bookmarks in the project, insert data frames, texts, pictures, and objects. Select attributes and locations, perform geoprocessing tasks. We're going to go over that in a future video, what some of the geoprocessing tasks can be for some simple layers. We can customize. Now this is where we're going to get into customizing toolbars next. Then we have window, which is I opened up the catalog view on the right. I went over that in a previous video, how to open the table of contents, the catalog, right? You can see that's open there. So if I hit X there, I went back to customize, or I went back to Windows catalog, it pops back up over there on the right. Then we can search for functions in ArcGIS, which is actually really important when you want to perform a specific function with your data layers. You're going to be able to search for it on the right because it's tough to have every single feature available to you, just sort of shorthand. And then we have the help for the ArcGIS desktop help and web help. So that's what we have at the top. Now we can customize what toolbars we have at the top left here. So you can see we have a number of toolbars here. And if you click where the four dots are, so you see these four dots here, it turns your cursor into sort of this graphed arrow here. This allows you to actually move which toolbars are in which spots on your project canvas. So for example, I have the main toolbar here. What if I wanted to move that over all the way to the left? I would simply left click where those four dots were, and I would bring those all the way up here. Now this toolbar is all the way on the top left. And so you can kind of arrange them by priority for whichever ones you need to access more often. I'm going to bring it back down there. You can actually have a number of toolbars up here as well. Now by right clicking on this sort of toolbar screen here, we can bring up which ones are actually shown. So for example, we have the editor, layout, standard, and tools toolbars are shown. So in a previous lesson, I activated the tools toolbar. That allowed me to then click on the identify tool, which we use to identify some of the layers. If you want to remove any of them, like if I want to remove the editor toolbar, for example, just left click and that'll uncheck it there. And if I wanted to bring it back in, you could just right click and then add it back in there. So it's a simple right click, left click function. If I wanted to bring in, let's say, the draw toolbar, I would click there. The draw toolbar comes up, and then we can drag it into our toolbar space. So you can customize what your toolbar space looks like based on what you're trying to do with your specific drawing. Like I said, you can just right click that to enable and disable the various toolbars. If we go to customize here, we can then see another drop down list where you can check and uncheck what the toolbars are. You could even rename them in some cases, and what the various commands and options are with your toolbar. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out there. And then you can click to enable large icons. So you can see the icons are quite big there. I'm going to disable that. So that's a pretty straightforward feature. So for example, I can remove many of the toolbars here. I'm going to remove the draw one again. So if there's a feature on ArcGIS or ArcMap that you're looking for and you can't quite find it on the toolbars, just remember to right click and make sure to bring up the proper toolbar that has that feature and add it to your modeling space and drag it where appropriate so you can then begin utilizing that feature. So that's, I hope that was a helpful video there. Please like and subscribe to the channel as we have more videos coming on how to use certain softwares. Hydrology softwares, ArcMap is also very useful in the civil engineering world. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.